Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, you're with me, Mike Spider Slayer, bringing you, that's right, another comic book review. Today we're going to be talking about Justice League of America, issue number 8, obviously Forever Evil. Cover here is fantastic. This stuff like this, I really like covers. Not much to it, but it really, I don't know, grabs your attention. And you always really wanted to know what happened to the Justice League. Are they dead? Are they alive? Well, we know that Batman and Catwoman and Cyborg are alive, but whatever happened to the rest of the Justice League? And this issue really kind of explains what has happened to them. Here on the cover, you got Superman's cape, you got Aquaman's trident, you have Wonder Woman's lasso, you have Flash and the Green Lantern's rings here. And it truly shows every one of these characters in this particular book. The book is written by Matt Kindt, if I said that correctly. The pencils are done by Doug Manicki, and the pencils are pretty good here. It has this opening page here with our Justice League team. Just basically, it looks like they're dead, But obviously, they're not dead, and the title kind of stays true here. It says Paradise Lost. And here we see some artwork pages. You got Wonder Woman in here. This is a pretty cool page, one of the best pages of the book that I thought of. We have another page here with Shazam actually lifting up some rubble or some buildings or whatnot. And, facial expressions I thought were a little funny looking at times. But still, the artwork is desirable here. So what this story? What was it about? Well, in this issue, you get to see a quick little recap here of our crime syndicate. Like pretty much every Forever Evil issue, you see that page with them standing there. And the dialogue here, or the narration, is actually done by Stargirl, which is nice to see. And you get to see a little recap, kind of like a little bit of a jumping on point in a way of what happened to the Justice League. And we have Stargirl and Martian Manhunter communicating by telepathy or by the mind or whatnot, and they're in this like paradise, and you get to see that here. And the dialogue was great, and you get to see Jason, which is the other half of Firestorm, sees Martian Manhunter, and he's like, hey, we're in some kind of high-tech prison, there's no way out, but I got to show you what's going on. So you think, well, do you trust them? Is this a trap or what's not? But it's like some high-tech Alcatraz, he calls it. And it's true. And I think this prison was created by Grid. I guess that is my assumption that this what this is, because it's like a virtual reality type of place. And as Martian Manhunter goes through this virtual prison, he sees each and every individual Justice League member go through their biggest weakness, and you get to see Diana, fighting all the Amazons because Steve Trevor is there, and she fights for Superman, and she's like, her feelings have gotten in the way, and she just runs away, and she's like, oh, what have I become? And interesting to see that. So it gets them at their lowest points, and it's kind of like tortures the team. And there's like levels of this prison, and you get to see Martian Manhunter. He actually goes, and the next place he sees, he wants to go in to see Shazam. And this is the best place for him, because he's just a big kid here. And there's nothing but pleasure here for him. There's no remorse. There's nothing here. He can destroy anything he wants. He can have fun. Why? Because he's a kid, and it's like big toys. And he gets to destroy robots and all kinds of stuff. Punches Martian Manhunter. It's like, woo, hey, what a fun time, And so Jason keeps him going. And I love the dialogue here between Stargirl and Martian Manhunter, because as he's traveling through the different layers of the prison, she's like, do you need me? Do you want me to come in? Come on. And she's like, no, stay behind, because I need you for a guide, or I need you for this. And that's what Stargirl's been in the Justice League of America series. She's kind of been just like that PR person, the person that stays behind. And it's like, it's the same thing. And she even says it in here. She's just like, all right, I guess so. Not a surprise to me. One of the greatest things in here was the the whole thing between the Flash, like his prison. He basically travels in his mind 100 times a second, and he goes across the world, and he does this, and he fights villains, and he drinks lots of coffee, and he winds up dating certain people, and you think that he's done all this stuff, but he hasn't even left the room. He's just traveling in his mind, so fast that you can't even comprehend it. Really interesting here. Another one was you get to see Superman, how he has a conscience and he wants to turn back time to, because he killed somebody. And you get to see another thing between Simon Baz. And so it was really interesting to see all our heroes at their weakest points. So I really think that you got to really hit that nail on the head of what each character represents here. And by the time you get to the end of the issue, we find out that Stargirl finds a weakness in that prison. She finds a way out, and she winds up seeing the world of what it is now. And you're like, ooh, she's like, oh shit, I think I'd rather be back in there. So now you got Stargirl who's free. So we got another good guy in there, which is nice. But it looks like John is still kind of, it looks like Martian Manhunter's still stuck in there trying to figure things out. This was a great issue. I love seeing, where our Justice League members gone, and I was curious to see what happened to them. And this did a great job at doing that. I kind of want to know how they got there, but again, I can kind of assume that it was, behind Grid was behind all of this. But I think it's going to take a lot more of a team to stop the crime syndicate here. And how are our heroes going to get out of here is another question as well. I mean, how is Martian Manhunter going to break them free of everything? Because no matter where he went, he couldn't get them. This was a fun issue. Again, nice to see the Justice League and what happened to them and how they'll get out now. Again, it's anybody's guess. So this is kind of doesn't move the story any further forward at all, but it was a nice tie-in to see what happened again to our Justice League members. So I'm going to give this one a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's a great book. Totally did not expect this happening, and I suggest that you guys check this out. So guys, leave your comments below what you thought of this issue, and guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0, and this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye.